What's up, everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I like to talk about travel. More specifically today, I'm super excited to get more into my series about the crazy, scary, fun stories, pretty much storytelling from my adventures. Now, some of you have asked me to talk more about like crazy things that have happened to me on the trip, on my road trips, so that's what I'm doing right now. Now, forgive me, I am not the best storyteller. I'm kind of working on it, so feel free to criticize me about it, but it's not gonna help. What would help is if like you want to tell me how I can be a better storyteller. That would be awesome. But it's a skill I'm working on. I'm not the greatest at it, just know that. But I'm excited to share some of the stories, the lessons that go with those stories, or just the fun and interesting stories that I have that I can share that don't necessarily always have a lesson, because they don't always do. So today we're talking about Montreal, Canada. Okay, so last year, my first ever road trip, just to put everything in perspective, I did 80 days across the United States out of the back of my car. I started going counterclockwise around the United States and I made my way up to Canada. So I went up to Quebec, Montreal, and Toronto. So up in Canada, the second stop was Montreal. Now, I was in the city just walking around. There was, you know, like a ride the ducks sort of thing. It wasn't called ducks because it was something else, but like it's one of those amphibious land vehicles, you know, that you can like, they'll do a tour around the city and then they'll take you into the water and do another tour, that kind of thing. So I did my little high five guy, that's what I'm thinking about right now. I did my little bow tie guy adventures spiel, which I'll put a link down below to that if you want to check that out. In one of my other videos, I give the 1-minute spiel that I would give to get free stuff along the way. So I did my little spiel, talked to the person, was able to get on the Ride the Ducks, for the lack of not knowing the actual name, a Ride the Ducks sort of thing. And when I got onto that, we did like a tour around the city, and then we went to go into the water. We went in the water. They took us right down the water, right along the city front, so you kind of like could see the skyline. It was pretty cool. We just, you know, everybody's looking around, all kinds of different things. You know, there's like rocks and trash and different things in the water. But there was one rock in particular that seemed kind of big and weird. So we were going down into the water. They took us down. They went all the way down the water. They showed us everything, told us everything was. Then we did a loop back around. And as we did the loop back around, this lady just like out of nowhere started screaming and going crazy. We were all like, what's going on? Like, we were confused. And she screams, "There's a dead body." No lie, a dead body. We're all like, what? What is this? Turns out that weird looking rock was actually a dead body. So they called like the ambulance, fire trucks, all the squad, like the emergency vehicles came out. They were all lined up on the waterfront. When we came out of the water, they were all there waiting to hear what we had to report. They had Zodiacs, they had like the fire truck, the ambulance, like everything you could possibly think of. And turns out like the guy driving the boat actually knew that that was a dead body, but he directed our attention away from it the first time because he didn't want anybody to freak out. And he tried doing that again on the second pass going back, but just one person happened to see it. But either way, it was a dead body, which is really unfortunate, really weird, and really scary. I mean, it could have happened anywhere, so don't like hate on Montreal for it. But we were up there, we got out, they were doing all this stuff, and I mean, there was nothing more for us to do. I mean, you could have sat there watching, but they just went out, rescued the body, and took care of it. But for the next couple days, I like monitored the news. I did like Montreal body in the river, like kind of thing. And I looked it up and found out that supposedly, well, not supposedly, it was, what had happened is there was a priest who had gone missing 3 days earlier, and it was like somewhere like up the river somewhere, and that was his dead body that somehow made its way down there. And so that was just, there's no real life lesson there. It's just like a scary, weird situation that I never would have expected would happen. Crazy things like that happen to you when you travel, but also good crazy things, so not everything's bad. But that's today's story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know what more to add to it, if there's something I should be doing to make it more enticing or whatever. I don't know. I'm not the best storyteller, but I'm working on it. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed that story, that you really can enjoy it, because it's like a sad story. I don't know, entertaining, no, I don't know. But yeah, I hope that story, somehow you liked this video, somehow. So if you guys enjoy this channel, you enjoy talking about travel, you enjoy hearing stories, life lessons, all that kind of things, please subscribe to the channel and then share with somebody who you think would enjoy it as well, because my goal is to reach as many people as possible, share my experiences, inspire them, and help them make travel achievable and more affordable. So with that being said, please again subscribe, share with somebody you know, and then I will catch you all in the next video. But if you guys ever have anything you want to talk about, ask me questions, whatever, feel free to always do that down in the comments below. But until next time, have fun!